Good afternoon and welcome to BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. I'm your host, Jeffrey Halley, and my co-host is Samantha Voon. It's Thursday, the 28th of May, and our guest today is Tina Teng, an independent markets analyst based in Auckland in New Zealand. Tina, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Sam, thanks for having me again.
It's always our pleasure, Tina. Okay, so let's before we start, let's have a look at the performance of regional stock markets around the region, and then we'll get Tina's thoughts. It's a pretty quiet day. It was a holiday in both the UK and New York, in London and New York overnight. The Nikkei 225 in Japan down 0.22%. Shanghai very quiet, up just 0.02%. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng is up 0.44%, with the S&P ASX 200 in Australia down 0.26%. South Korea's Kospi is unchanged on the day. Singapore STI has risen by 0.36%, while Kuala Lumpur's KLSE has fallen by 0.17%. Tina, pretty quiet day.
Yeah, I think that's due to thin liquidity, and also there are uncertainties around the stock market at the moment. What I can see here, there might be some profit-taking trades on Wall Street, and this Asian markets is mirroring the US stock markets, same as the European markets. So Monday and Tuesday, there are not major economic data. However, later this week, there will be a lot of inflation data, especially the US PCE and CPI data from the Eurozone. I think just at the moment, markets are cautious, as this PCE data might indicate that might be still sticky inflation in the US. However, according to the CPI data in April, that's in line with expectations. Inflations are cooling in this downtrend trajectory.
Okay. Like the SEC has also reduced the traditional 2-day settlement cycle for securities trades on Wall Street to just 1 day, right? Known as T+1. Why is that? And should we be expecting any major implications from this, Tina?
I'm not so sure about the real reason, but what I can see here, it might imply there be better liquidity in the stock markets. As if you like place trade, you settle faster, like half the time of the previous day. So definitely they will just require the faster settlements and the execution. So I think this must in the purpose of improving liquidity.
Let's turn to currency markets now, Tina. The US dollar has weakened modestly on a sort of pretty broad basis in currency markets over the past week. But one notable exception here is the Japanese yen, which has fallen to around 156.6 versus the dollar as of this morning, fairly quiet session. Why is the Japanese yen still weakening even as the dollar weakens? And what is your outlook for the dollar for the Japanese yen?
So first of all, I think even though the Bank of Japan are now showing some signals that they might intervene in the exchange rate, is a weakened yen actually negatively impact its economy. However, that's like the divergence, the big spread between the government bonds in the US and Japan is still encourage traders to buy up US dollar against Japanese yen. But if you see last few days moves, actually is just in a very narrow range bond movements. So I think Japanese yen now is probably preparing to strengthening against US dollar, especially right now the US dollar is seeing softened trajectory.
Mm-hmm. We also see commodity prices move higher overall, with oil prices facing upward pressure ahead of this week's OPEC meeting, where production policy will be discussed. Tina, what can investors or traders be looking out for?
So the US dollar now seeing a softening trajectory, which encourages commodity markets go up at this moment, including the oil markets, and also ahead of the OPEC meeting. It's widely expected the organization will maintain its output cuts. So that's actually, I think, just the short-term factor that push up the oil markets. But in May, the whole month, actually, oil prices are moving in a very narrow range. And in the long term, especially the Chinese economic uncertainties and the global energy transition into renewable energy might impact the oil markets in the long term, pressure the oil prices.
Wonderful. Tina, thank you for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Jeff and Sam.
It's always a pleasure. We've been speaking to Tina Teng, independent market analyst based in Auckland in New Zealand. I'm Jeffrey Halley.
And I'm Samantha Voon.
And this has been BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. This video and podcast will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our social media platforms. You can also see it on our syndication partners' TV and radio stations, as well as their websites. Please like and subscribe to our various platforms. Thanks for tuning in today.